Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we are going to discuss how to defeat Stryfe, the new boss, in the Cavalier difficulty, but this applies to any difficulty really. His special 3 animation is very cool, so if you have the ability to, maybe let yourself get hit by it once. Now, this boss has a few buffs that do make the fight a little bit more annoying, and then some base abilities that are important to keep in mind, but not impossible to work around. And then if you have counters, this fight gets a lot easier. The 2 main buffs we'll talk about is you get faltered if you don't attack every 6 seconds, and then performance anxiety if you use 2 special attacks within 15 seconds. The second one will have 50% reduced damage and 100% reduced ability accuracy. So the main skills that this champion has that are annoying is he does have the ability to glance your attacks as well as go into a state of cloak so that your attacks miss. But we are going to break down those situations so you know how to work around it or use a counter so you don't have to worry about it. Some of Stryfe's abilities work by building up these telepathic charges and consuming them to do specific abilities. He gains these telepathic charges every time you land a critical hit. So the non-critical hits do not add these charges, but every critical hit will add one. And once he gets to 5, he can consume them and make you glance. And each basic attack that glances has a 37 roughly % chance to cause him to enter cloak. And when he does, all attacks will miss for 3 seconds, and these charges will not be gained while power locked, burned, or drained. Another thing to make sure you're aware of when you go up against him is that his medium, heavy, and special 2 attacks cannot be evaded. So champions like Quake and Ghost, you will have troubles with, because when he dashes in with a medium attack, he will still make contact with you. And as you can see here, his light attacks missed when I was phased, but his medium attacks always hit once he builds up some of those charges. Then he dashes in with a medium, and the medium attacks will make contact regardless of whether you're phased or would normally evade. Now, with the falter node that he has, if you don't make contact every 6 seconds, and that does not include hitting his block, you will get a falter debuff for 3 seconds, and all your attacks during that period will miss. Now, with performance anxiety, once you use a special attack, you get a 15-second timer. And if you use another special attack during that window, you'll then get a debuff that causes your attacks to glance and deal 50% less damage and have 100% less ability accuracy on that attack. So you can see Stryfe is not disoriented from that special one. So you have to be very careful not to activate another special attack within that window. Now let's talk about the special attacks. His first special attack is very easy to evade. He does a kick and then a very slow projectile, and then he cloaks. If you do have a miss counter, you can evade that and counter that special attack as long as you're using a miss counter. The second special attack can also be fully evaded. The animation is a little bit longer, so you have to be careful that by the time you dash back in, you won't have the falter debuff. But again, if you can bypass miss, that won't matter. So you want to make space at the start, and then as soon as he pushes his hands forward with that last attack is when you want to evade. Now, once you've got the specials down and understand the abilities and how to avoid them, you can get into choosing your champions, and maybe even you'll have a counter that will make the fight a lot easier. Now, we're going to start off this fight without countering any of the miss and just show you how to deal with it. So once he gets to 5 charges, you want to parry and attack into the parry. Sometimes it will not work and it will not make him go into a cloak. However, after 5 charges, and you can see right here as I hit him, he had 6. He did go into a cloak because my attack was glanced. And then it lasts 3 seconds, and if you attack during that, you will miss. Now, I did mess up that evade there. Here, I had the falter on because I was too slow to attack, and that is why I missed. Now, you want to just keep attacking normally, but be cautious of how many charges he builds up. If he throws a special 1 attack, evade it, and then wait back until he comes in. You can parry his attack and use that to wait out the cloak timer, as well as to push him past 5 charges like that again. And you always want to remember not to use too many attacks or special attacks at one time, because the next attack within 15 seconds will not have any ability accuracy. This time you saw when I attacked him beyond 5 charges, he went into the cloak. So you want to be cautious, only do 1 attack, don't go in full force for a full 5-hit combo. Otherwise he will cause your attacks to miss, and then you will end up getting countered in the face. Now, Silver Surfer is actually a miss counter as well, so if you have Vigilance, you can counterattack his special 1 and go in for the kill even while he has Cloak active. And you get this Vigilance buff after activating the special 1 attack as long as you have 3 buffs active at the time. Another very good miss counter is Nick Fury once you get into his second life and have that Fury active, and then you have over 5 tactical charges. Now, if you have a synergy that allows you to access a Fury, then you don't even need to access your second life to make this happen. And he is a very effective way of taking down Stryfe. Red Magneto is an absolute hero in this fight because Stryfe is a metal champion. You get to a special 3 attack, and with the extra bleed damage that you get, you basically need just 1 special 3 to take him out. The other nice thing is that you can still attack him while you are faltered or while his cloak is active, because Magneto bypasses miss on metal champions. So he is an extremely useful champion to use against Stryfe if you have the ability to use him. Another option is using champions like Guillotine 2099 that don't crit or don't crit very often. Now, with Guillotine 99, unless you activate one of the pre-fight abilities, she will not crit at all, which means that you will not be adding those telepathic charges from the crit, and you'll only have to worry about the cloak from the special 1 attack. You will still have to work around the falter as well as the not using too many special attacks too fast, especially if you're trying to power drain and you have reduced ability accuracy. The other option is using power control champions, especially those that have power lock or power drain or burns that go over a long period of time, because then he won't build up those charges. And I do apologize for the lagginess of this video. I am going to have to focus on just recording on my phone from now on, so I avoid having this problem. But despite some laggy clips, I really do hope that this video was helpful and that it will help you decide on which champions to bring and make it easier for you to defeat this boss. Let me know which champions you used, or if you have any feedback for me or my videos in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video.